Welcome back to Motor Mouths. We are so excited. It's time to take some calls. If you are calling, I know it might be a little busy. Don't panic. Keep calling. We're excited to have you. Let's take our first call. This segment is Bill from Dallas. Bill, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was wanting to touch on the subject Kyle brought up about the short tracks and the local short tracks. And in the North Texas area where I'm from, we've never had a successful asphalt track. And I don't think they have in Oklahoma. Maybe, toward Houston or somewhere. It's not been relevant, if you will, in this area. And what NASCAR could do to maybe support that with funds to keep it going until it catches on. Because here it's never been successful that I know of.
Sure. Bill, thanks for calling. That's a great question. Yeah. What can NASCAR do to support local short tracks?
Listen, there are so many short tracks in this country, asphalt and dirt, that are run on a weekly basis. What makes a short track work is not necessarily NASCAR. It's the fans. It's the fans. It's the fans that come out to that grassroots racing, and that's where the Richard Petty's came from. That's where the Dale Earnhardt Seniors came from. That's where the Jeff Gordons came from. That's where you came from. We all came from a short track somewhere to find our way to the upper levels. But it's the fans. If a track doesn't make it, it's not because of asphalt. It's because of NASCAR. It's because of the fans.
Yeah, and every region's kind of got their different wants, as Bill was just talking about. Some places have dirt tracks, others are more in asphalt. Really, as you said, it's just, I think the biggest thing that NASCAR can do is when we go to certain areas, is when they do have short tracks there, is trying to promote the races that are going on that weekend.
Yeah, and because there is a lot of stuff you can do hand in hand. Yeah. We should give some props, guys like Marcus.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Gossage at Texas Motor Speedway. Yes. They do a great job with the facilities that they have, using as many events to get local racers in. And when you can see Cup drivers, even Indy, like what Indy did with that sprint car race this year, knowing that Dale Jr. went and sat on somebody's roof and went and watched that, that's a cool thing. Next, we're going to Robert, who is calling in from Massachusetts. Robert, what's on your mind?
Why can't NASCAR, when they have a caution flag, reline everybody up where they were when that caution flag came out? Never mind this racing on the pit and then out. Just put the slower teams equal. I want the racing on the track, not the racing on the pit every week.
Yeah, well, and I understand your point, but racing's always been on pit road. My dad won the Daytona 500 because he changed 2 tires and not 4 tires. He won a race on pit road, not on the racetrack. People have been winning races on pit road ever since they started racing. I'm sorry, unless you run a 50-lap feature with no pits, then that's the way it is. And I understand what you're trying to say, but in the real world, what you're trying to say really doesn't translate well to the racetrack.
And you mean, because Robert, you really are talking about the confusion of the wave arounds, and it sounds like all of that part of the process, right?
Somewhat, but I'm saying if they pit under green flag, fine. When it's yellow, everybody gets back to where they were when that yellow came out.
And the thing that happened was in the clash was everybody bailed off on pit road before the stage was about to, or their competition caution, and that's where the confusion came in. So that doesn't happen at a lot of racetracks in the sense you kind of get caught under yellow at times, but that was just unique. That
someone's still on pit road, somewhere
and speedway racing kind of lends itself to that.
Yeah, that's true. Robert, thanks for calling. We got William on the line next from Tennessee. William, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I got a subject as far as the chase, the playoffs, when the 12-car field is set. For the next race, maybe eliminate 2 to 4 cars from the field. So by the time you get to the last race of the season, you maybe have the top 20 cars racing.
Okay, well, that's not a bad idea.
You mean just 20 cars would go to Homestead? Period.
Well, I hadn't done the math, but anyway, when you get to 12 cars, you start eliminating the bottom 2 to 4 cars from the bottom of the field.
From the bottom of the big field? Is that what you're saying? From the bottom of the 40-car team?
Yeah, you eliminate all the cars as you're going. Everybody's racing to get in the field, but then you got to race to get up in there too.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. This money, the sport is run on sponsorship, and sponsors pay for 36 races. So if I get eliminated, do I have to give my sponsor back money?
Well, I'll say I don't know how the contracts go, but
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, that's how they go. You don't go to work, you don't get a paycheck. Is that the way it works for you? That's the way it works for me.
William,
that's a good thought. I like your thought because it's almost like an Australian pursuit race. You know what I mean? Where you pass somebody and that's the part. But I don't think it works monetarily.
No.
But thank you for calling, man.
I'm going to tell you, the sponsors, and I've been in just a couple of the meetings, you know, last 5 years when Tad and Jody would have me. Yeah, that wouldn't work out very well. Like, you know, and the point being is, I get it. You go to Homestead, you know, the Final Four racing for the championship, but we're still all racing
That's
too.
right. Everybody's still
You know
racing.
what? I still want to go win the race or finish as best I can because every points position also means money, and that's a big deal.
But I think it's a fun idea. I do want to make sure you know that you've definitely, your volume increases each time. I just want to make sure you know that we can hear them in our ears and you're wearing a microphone.
Okay, I'm coming down.
Okay, so that means
I started getting hyped up. I started yelling.
Who's the last caller?
That was William, but we're going to Matthew now from Florida. Matthew, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I was wondering, so you know, like Rolex has 24 hours, 12 hours of Sebring as well. What if we do an endurance-style race on a track that we've never been to before as well?
Wow, that's a fun idea, Matthew.
It's a thought.
Would you?
That's a thought, Matthew. That's all I'm going to give you on that one.
Well, to his point, you said
much of it.
You said to Denny Hamlin talking about races to be shorter. You did make the point that truly some of these motors.
But I'm going to say this. I will say. Let me throw it out there like this. I guess is what I'm trying to say is. We have to change things and look at the sport different. But we can't gimmick our way back to being NASCAR, to being the best motorsport in the world. We have to be able to do it consistently. So I would probably be against that. I mean, I like the idea, but I would probably be against
the thing is we already have that, right? Yeah. That's what IMSA is all about.
Yes, exactly.
And that's on NBC Sports.
Yes, it
is. NBCSN.
Cheers.
You guys are wondering.
Good one.
That's a big deal. Matthew, thanks for calling. Because that would be fun.
Yeah,
Don't act like you wouldn't sign up for it.
I would be all for it, but you know what? The thing is we already have the Rolex 24-hour race. We already have the 12 hours.
And the big picture, support your local short tracks. That's it. That's grassroots racing.
Hey, thank you guys for calling. We're going to try to take some more calls during the show, and we've got an after show that's on our Motorsports on NBC channel on YouTube.
Hey, NASCAR fans. Thanks for checking out the NBC Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe below for the latest NASCAR news, race highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.